Welcome to a brand new Imperator Rome playthrough. It's been about 5 months since the last Imperator playthrough, and or otherwise actually. I've been tinkering around with doing civ building as detailed by our former game director. It says that Imperator is a civ builder. I took him to task and found the statement to be true. So I keep saying that this playthrough is probably going to be my last Imperator playthrough. I'm going to say it again as to whether it's true or not. I don't really know, but EU5 is coming out. I'll probably play that as opposed to any more Imperator, as I don't really use Invictus. I prefer the vanilla mostly because I don't like the slave revolt mechanic. There's no way to turn it off in Invictus. I like to move my slaves to cities where they can promote, again, civ building as detailed by our former game director. So I have as yet to do a tribal civ building campaign. I did one tribal campaign sometime back. I've since deleted it from YouTube, where we started in Dacia somewhere, went down to Macedon, raised a lot of those cities, moved into Anatolia, raised that. It was a fun campaign. I'm going to start off as a tribe this time against better judgment. Try to form Albion. I suspect I'll do it. And then proceed out into Europe proper and build lots of cities. Hopefully don't get stopped by the Romans before we can curb stomp them. With that having been said, let's start a new game. There we are. Let's find a suitable candidate. As I intend to go Republic, the level of these stats really don't matter so much. I think this one here has a coastal capital. I'm not sure where the capital of Iceni is, but if it's inland, I don't want anything to do with it, so we'll go here. I think there's a city there, and we'll see what. There's our capital. Nice coastal, forest or what, it doesn't matter. We're happy enough with that as it is. I suspect I may well even move the capital. There are just not enough pops in the island here or on the island to make a proper capital. Not that there are not a sufficient number. It just, well, anyway, I like the major. We have a lot of major rivers around this area. Like here, it's a cold. I believe it's a frigid climate. Unfortunately, the further you go down this river, the frigid climate disappears. And I think there's even a port here. It's not as yet colonized, but this is a very nice area here. It's nearby a major river, a port, non-frigid. There are a lot of pops around this area that can be consolidated to a capital there. And then of course there's the migration that can happen if you build a holy site there with various other pop capacities. If you make it down to Egypt at some point, you can really get some serious pop capacities and immigration here. The problem is with this area per se is that there's only one port available, so the rest of your cities in your capital province here are either inland or not going to be able to have any migration. Here, on the other hand, I think this province, there's a port here and here. Province here is you could get some migration here, here, and here. So 4 of these cities you can migrate, as well as being quite a bit of major river territory. There's no farmland now. And then there's here, of course, there's lots of this. Territory here comes to mind. We could at some point maybe move down there, but that will be some time away, a long time off, and then assuming we'll be able to beat the Romans. But anyway, as to whether we do any of that, move the capital from our present location to any of those prime sites for civ building, I'm not really sure. These tribes are in a really good position relative to religion. There's a lot of druidism about, and druidic boni are potent. There's a lot of potent modifiers here that can be had. We'll come to changing these around shortly. Provincial loyalty plus 0.04, that's nice. I am going to do my usual abolish social equity. It looks as though we already have it. Okay, good for us. I'm going to switch all these characters around and get the most qualified for any given position, specifically these research. We'll want scholars or whatnot. Anyway, I'm going to do that. Switch these government jobs around as well. Swap out this law here to get us centralization as much as possible, 0.10 plus, and some civ change as well. As much as I'd like to take the absolute authority, if and when we do switch over from tribe to proper government, I'm going to go with a republic. The centralization will rise quicker, and the stability is low. It's only 20 now. The good news is it's our capital prominence, and the lower it is, the faster it goes up for free. So now that we have that settled, we'll want an omen. Let's see. There's no rush. Let's proceed with our mission. There must be a matter of... There is Pritania. Let's do that. Get some free claims. Also want to find cities. We have, let's see, 5 in the lower aspect or southern aspect of Pritania. We're going to try to take those first to get our research rate high. We want to build academies, move as many tribals there as we can. I note from a couple of times I've done this previously that if you build enough cities here in Pritania proper, the region of, like, say, we build a couple more here that come, maybe 2 per province, and then maybe 4 lining this wall here. You can move a lot of the pops from Caledonia into the closer cities that you probably want to build. But anyway, to my point, if you move all the tribals from these areas into cities before you convert to a republic, it's much easier during the transition and after, because if you leave them just sort of mulling about, you end up with a bunch of tribals sitting around in territories that you don't want them. They'll be disloyal, they'll have to demote, and then you'll have to move them once they become slaves into the cities or do whatever with them. Personally, I find it much easier to move all the tribals while you can still move them to cities that you build before transitioning to a republic or monarchy. That is much more advantageous than having a bunch of tribals mulling about in the field. I'm gonna pop this commerce ink with it. That's gonna... Over the next 5 years, that's going to be the one we want, so just do it right now, get a little extra money, why not do it? Gonna let some time pass, let this mission happen. Okay, so some time has passed. We're going to get claims on these provinces of Dabunia, Cantiasia, and Durotriga at the end of this October 1. So I think it's about time where we would want to hire a mercenary. Let's see what this fellow here is available. He's going to cost us, unfortunately, a truckload of money. We'll go broke. Now here, on the other hand, we have a 13 Marshal General 3K stack. Save us some manpower, 2.71. We won't go broke. We'll just head down here and get going. There we go. We've done it. The mission, we're a little late on the ball here, I see. So let's see. Our friend down here is not allied with anyone. I'm almost certain he will be by the time. Let's declare this war. We'll send this whole lot right there. Feel the stack wipe coming on. Oh, this wounded unit is on the prowl. I left our mercs here to siege. We're gonna take him out and then annex that. We'll take the middle ground here for some stability and loyalty. The siege is fallen. The war is over. And peace for 3 AE, good for us. Let's see, we'll take these guys, sell them off into slavery, get some money. This fort needs to go. I'm going to do this each and every time, so I'll just show it this once. So we have some money, 121 again. Running slightly negative. I suspect that's going to change. Let's find out. And it's still negative. Well, I'm going to keep this guy on board. Let's see here. There's no food, unfortunately. That's probably not going to change anytime soon, but I'm going to carry on anyway. We have a mission actionable into Pritania can be completed. Go for commerce. The morale recovery is where it's at. We have to do that. Let a little time pass. We have some more food. Let's see if this guy is still unaffiliated. He is. Let's declare war immediately. Decent crew there, but we outnumber them, and we have a 13 skill, so we should win. Yep, we sure did. Oh, and stack wiped him. We'll pay the gold for increased happiness and conversion speed. Get some PI as well. We dropped a siege. This guy hired a merc. He's been prancing around here, but it's over. Off to Icenia we go. We have a claim. Intend to action it. He or she has no allies. This we have another claim here. The problem is allies and such. A decent time to accrue a bit of tyranny and juice our income just a bit. burn off that aggressive expansion. As we're going to be attacking them anyway, we'll certainly take the stability. It looks like he is or she is affiliated with, Pritania. Well, we need food anyway. I'm going to stand down these levies. I think we have more available, so we'll probably do that. And just wait until 12-1. Looks like we're going to need a claim here. Let's drop one. Raise some levies. And declare this war. I feel the stack wipe coming on. Not quite, but close. Good enough. The siege has fallen. We took out a levy here. We need to deal with this character there. Could use a bit more food as well. We'll just wait until proceeding here. There's a lot of units about dancing here, but we have this merc. We're going to merge up here and see if we can dispatch them. Much needed gold on the way here. We'll take it. It's a crushing defeat for these levies here. Let's see if we can get this guy under control. These guys are dancing around here, mostly beaten, battered, or whatnot. They just can't cope with this merc. Siege is down. Good for us. Let's see. We can proceed here. A lot of units dancing around. The good news is all the capitals are occupied, and we can peace out. We can take conquer Iceland for Iceland for a free provincial improvement. I'm not really sure whether I'm going to use it here or wait to move my capital somewhere on the continent. There's no rush. Well, we are about to become a major power, but there's a huge defensive league, unfortunately. We do get another merc, so we have the ability to hire another one, but I'm sort of hesitant relative to our funding level. So I think I'll file another claim up here. We don't have one. It's a smaller group. We can raise some money by taxing these guys, etc. And start to move some tribals into these cities. We have, I believe, 4. Claim is about 2/3 done. I need to find a merc. There's slim pickings around this area. This is the one we're going to take. We'll do it right now. Get him up towards our would-be front. There's essentially really not a lot of others available. I'll take some PI for some corruption here. We're already 20 corruption due to crafty trait, but and both our mercs right here. Let's see if this is still actionable. It is. We're ready. Let's go. The claim is hit. We are good to go. It's a large war, but I think at this stage of the game we should win. Let's head up here, get that started. We'll go here as well. Let's call our mercs up or levies up and such around this area. It would look as though we've been defeated somehow. I'm not exactly sure how that happened. I wasn't paying any attention. We had a almost fully it was a fully moraled up army with a 9 skill. We should have vastly outnumbered any of these other characters here. Don't ask me. We've taken this area over. Let's see if we can proceed here with our outrageously, absurdly overwhelming force here and see if we can get this siege done. This tribe is willing to peace out. We'll do that, lower the force count in the area, grab some money. These guys are out of manpower. I figured out the mystery behind why this army was defeated. I had it, unfortunately, set at shock tactics as opposed to deception. We have a hard choice here. Both of these guys are disloyal. In the 30s loyalty, yeah, it looks like the Croesus tribal chief here is down below the threshold there. Give him free hands. No civil war, no problem. We can peace out here and will. The siege fell. We should be able to peace out shortly. 21 AE. It's no problem. Need more tyranny and know where to get it. There's a dead Mike here. We're about to declare a war on this large defensive league up and through here. It's there are quite a few of them, but I think we can get it done. There's a dead Mike there. Looks like we can get to making gains here. We've done that. And that levy is off the field. Let's go right here. Close that out. Another bloodbath for the enemy. The enemy's not the only one out of manpower, but we have these 2 mercs, and they apparently don't have any. As I think most of the big battles are over, we can take we may as well take this. Siege is over here. Peace out with him. So we are at war with that whole lot. Another piece. Peace. Primary merc stack here ran out of food. He's reorganizing. Presently, I'm sieging down both these. I'm not holding my breath. It's going to take a while. Faith event here. We've done it. We are all fooded up. Let's go and do this thing. What if we just assault that fort? Let's see what happens. Well, this one fell. It's good news for us. As did that one, and that should close this war out in its entirety. Major power, good for us, we've done it. There still are some units here, but they should disappear once we peace out with this tribe. This is it, and peace. I found a claim up north. I think that's what we need to form Pritania, this area here. Let's do that. Some tax, a couple tribesmen, as well as annex Demonia. We've done that as well. What do we get? 15 popularity, good for us. 15 PI, boom, and triumph. We've done it. We get a city. Get some free claims in Caledonia. Let's do that immediately. I'm gonna build some academies, one in each of our cities, maybe another city up along this border area. It looks like this is gonna be the one. Let's build a city right there. Also gonna begin moving all of the tribals that are primary culture religion into our various cities. I'll take a stability event. While we're waiting for this mission to action, I figure why not declare war on this guy? Mostly because our claim has not as yet hit. There we go. Let's see, we should have some claims now. Some serious claims from that Matter of mission. I think this whole lot here. And then this group up here as well. They should be affiliated with one another in theory. They're not, but we don't really care because we have claims on most of them. I'm in a hurry. I'm going to hire another merc. I think I have the ability to do it. This guy comes to mind. Let's do that. Get him riled up. As much as I would like the influence, I don't need the corruption, so I'll take 30 instead of the 60. Did that say 13? Holy moly. Let's declare war here immediately. Our claim is hit. I'm going to declare war there as well. We'll assault. Boom. We may as well assault here as well. Alright, I closed out those wars. That should allow me to unite Tania, so we are able to have we get 10% civ value, pop growth, freeman happiness, all good. So we have 3 slots available. By the way, we have a specialized campaign, the way that I like to play Imperator. I had reinforcement speed as well as commercial, 20% here. I'm going to get those back for free. The rules, or house rules I play by, are detailed in the playlist. We started with increased military experience. Essentially, you start with 100, among other things, and get double the value. But we don't. We're not going to be calling up and disbanding levies over and over again. So if you're interested, check the playlist. It'll detail exactly what's going on. To carry on, I just dropped a build cost here, 10% off. We're going to do a lot of building in various cities that we're going to construct. Filed some claims down along and through here. I'm going to swing these mercs down here. I also moved some pops up here, primary culture pops, and they are going to colonize these territories here. They should be able to colonize the whole lot. In fact, our mission has hit. We've done it. And we get a claim up here, and a claim on Caledonia proper. So we now have claims on these tribes up here, which saves me the trouble. 60 PI worth of trouble, exactly. Our city is up. Let's get it populated here. No primary culture pops as yet, but the cultural assimilation policy is in action. We'll not worry. These guys are engaged in some kind of civil war. I'm going to let them sort it out. I'm going to go and see about sorting this lot out up here. Declare the war. Claims are in. And 3 assaults later, I'm sure this war will close out. The 3 assaults later part didn't really quite work out. The assault still has 284 garrison. We'll have to wait. Alright, war's over. Looks like we have another clan. At this point, as the theme of this series is going to be civ building in the various barbarous territories, building cities, etc., I'm just going to skip narrating this part as these guys are done. Our 3 mercs can handle them, and we're very gold positive. I'll be back. Moose and Pops colonize this area, action this. We are good to go here as well. Brigantia. We've done it. 15 PI, I'll take it. I'll take the gold. Needed for colonization. Let's DOW this lot. There's a relatively small war. I have claims all the way down here. I'm just going to chain them. Once there's nobody left, I can stand down these mercs and then we'll make money hand over fist. Pieced out, deleted all the forts. Have these mercs on reorg. I'm going to have our levies assault this fort and be done with that. I'm going to need a city right here in Diva. Let's build it. Let's close this out. Declare this war. Looks like we can investigate tribal reform. Let's do that. Let's see, Archer's offense sounds reasonable. Let's grab that as well. Something weird happened. One of these territories decolonized. It white pieced out here. New city has come online. Let's populate it. There's a lot of these guys about now that we've had the assimilation policy running. That's nice. 15 pops assimilated. I'll take it. More colonization, another mission. We've done that. I think we can pick a side here. Close this out and then just do it en masse. We can do that already? Let's do that. We have a triumph, the new city, I think. Let's see what happens. We've done it. Womp. What's in Caledonia? It's not bad to have a city in Caledonia. I suppose we can set it up as an assimilation hub once we get theater. Looks like our truce has ended with this lot here. I'm going to call up some levies. We just passed the centralization threshold for another law, and that can add 5% to our civilization value, which is definitely a bonus. Citizens, freemen. Do we even need that? I don't know. We're going to find out. I don't really see a point in it. I don't want more freemen or more citizens. I'd rather have more nobles. And this one gets me more PI. If I'm going to pass a law, why not do that? I can just build more libraries or whatever here, which will raise the civ value. So the maximum is 45. I need another +5, so 3 more libraries will do it. More marketplaces, better yet. What's our civ value right now? 32.88. Rising at 0.10, so it'll happen. Let's change that law right now. Let's see. 10% PI or pop promotions. People take the PI, build more cities. Couple of assaults later. It's over. Let's colonize that. We have our first technology. The Civics Advanced. What to do with it? It's not really known right now. I'm going to close this colonization. I will figure it out. That, I believe, is that. So we can investigate tribal reform. We'll finish our mission here now. Do that. Let's see what Republican is. Let's do that. Looks like we're going to have to wait to continue until we have a 40 civ value here or 100 PI there. But again, there's no rush. I have a lot of tribals. I can move them about at present. And I want to get some cities built and then get these tribals there so they're not stuck in the fields and they can promote to nobles. We have another advance. Let's find out what to do with it. Normally I head right down this ASAP to get these wrong culture groups, but we don't have, I don't believe, any wrong culture groups. They're all, well, these guys are wrong, but they're druids, so they're going to be relatively happy as well. So we'll not to do any of that. We can proceed instead down a different path, perhaps to maybe we'll get some loyalty of characters right here. Boom, +2, we'll take that. And then we want to get to theaters ASAP as well, I think. Let's do that as well. I think that's a decent time to end this episode. I was hoping to make it all the way to the formation of Albion, but We've taken over the entirety of the island, but we have to wait on the civilization value to rise to, it says 50 in the wiki, is something about 40 for these Senate chambers, so there's probably 50 here or thereabouts. The Constitution, I think, is probably going to be that 50 threshold, so we're not anywhere near that. We are at 33.74, so it's going to be some time. I'm going to build some cities in the next episode, mull about and wait. Hope to see you then.